Okay. Can you hear me? The microphone decided to just take a crap. So hopefully you can hear me. I know I'm a couple minutes late. Let me go back up here and star. Let's see. I don't know where they started. Bear with me. All right. Now, while I'm doing this, good news on precious metals today. Anybody else watching them? Gold is over 4,000 and silver hit 49. Yes, we're on fall break. If anybody doesn't know what that is, it just means there's no school this week. So Lee is home. The babies are out of school. All right. Okay. Lisa says we're loud and clear. Charlene says 5 by 5. Okay. Good. All right. The first question that I saw when I came, I had to reboot and come back in here, was the babies. If you had one before that, you'll have to retype it because it does not pick back up on what I lost. Don't ask me why. It's just weird. Okay. All right. So how are you guys? Good? Bad? Indifferent? Okay, Zababy, thank you. All right. Today's the 8th. How are we doing? I know people are frustrated. And I want you to know that it's frustrating with the setting dates to things. That's why we don't. But I personally looked into the delays of what the real reason is. And the real reason is the false flags, violent protests globally, is what it told me. So if you're wanting to know why is it taking so long? Why does it keep pushing backwards? That is what it told me. So we will dive a little bit more into it if you want to. All right. Colleen's had a headache for over a week. I started having one yesterday, but we had this storm front move in and it was pouring the rain all day. We needed it, so I'm not complaining about that. Okay, let's go into our coffee page and see what we got, which I also had to reboot. All right. We start with Joe Patry. Hi, Lovey. Okay. Well, hello again, Jen. Hi, Jojo. Question. Tom Goss has been on our mind a lot lately. No, not the gay pop star. I don't even know who that is, but okay. Funny. We've known Tom for 57 years now. Most of his brothers have passed. Even are thinking that he's getting ready to transition. We don't think it's a good idea to say, hey, Tommy, are you fixing to die soon? Jojo, just saying. All right, so we need to check on Tom. Okay. All right. Is Tom gonna transition soon? Or where is he at on his journey? Joe, you're so funny. I can just hear you saying that. Hey, you fixing to die soon? All right. Boy, he really is kind of one of the last ones. Curious. It's almost like he's been given the option. Yeah, I think he's about ready to go. This has been going on for quite a while. He's actually pretty excited about it. But this says in the past he's been given the choice. He's been given the option. He's he's kind of paused to reflect on his life right now and what he's leaving behind. And sometimes that can slow the process down, so to speak. If you're taking stock of what was my life really worth. A lot of people do that. Um, but yeah, you need to trust you and Eve. You need to trust your intuition that you feel it coming. Absolutely. This is his exit to start something new. So there's your, it would be an FO card, but yeah, he's getting ready to transition. Yeah, this is about timing. There's your Two of Pentacles. He's just kind of looking at it, doing his last minute evaluation of his life. But you are correct, Jojo. He is. Okay. Joe, you're like me. No filter, just say it. All right. I'm a still starring. Okay, let's go back over here. Miss Colleen, what does Spirit say is the real reason for calling the generals and admirals to Quantico? And is the EBS and RV happening this month? I know people are frustrated. Now, last week I looked into one of the reasons the generals and admirals they were called back is because they had to be resworn in under the original Constitution and common law. And if they didn't agree, they got walking papers. But we'll take another look at it. Okay. Joe, that's a good idea to get in touch. Just for the simple fact that if he's going through a life review himself and evaluating, who are my friends? My family's gone. What do I have? It can give him some assurance that he's not exiting alone. All right. Real reason the generals, admirals called back to DC, other than the re-swearing in process. There were a lot of comms in the speeches that were made from Mr. T and Secretary of War Hexeth. Me personally, I think that we're getting ready for the Insurrection Act, but I'm not putting that energy into the cards. Yeah, it's not what we think. And they're not going to tell us. Not a whole lot. Okay, so the first card that comes out is the moon, and that means illusion. It's not what we think it is. Okay, they can only drip drop little bits of information, so we only know like not even a few percentage of what is really going on. In the past, this is reconciliation. So reconciling with the old Constitution, yes, but this is also gift giving, an offering. Like you can either be with us or against us. And currently, the situation, this is a deep state takedown. Now, what does that mean? Yeah. Can you say insurrection act? Yeah, this is moving forward with the chariot. This is to complete the mission, triumph from dark to light, and to get this nation back to where it needs to be, moving out of troubled waters, to get us back. They had to agree to follow Trump's orders. This is an agreement. This is a swearing in. I think that triumph card, the chariot card, is military maneuvers. Yeah. So we shall see. All right. Let me go back here and grab questions. All right. Still got more in the coffee page. Rocco, don't you be mean to wifey. She'll thump your head. Or worse, she'll sneak pineapple on your pizza. All right. Ooh, we're almost at our limit. Yeah, King of Wands, let's go ahead and pause questions just because I still got a bunch of coffee questions to do and I don't want to shortchange anybody. Roman, let me see, love. Mary got one in. Marcy got one in under the wire. I know they were typing as I said that. Roman, let me see. Yes, Roman, I do have one for you about Yoda and Foodie. I sure do, love. Okay, back to coffee. Oh, yeah, Wings. Okay, so Wings is going to lecture me now. The second part of Colleen's question was, is the EBS and RV happening this month? He said, nice try. You're going to answer it. Okay. No worries, Marcy. All right. Well, they're two separate events, but they're not two separate events. So let's take a look. I'll do top row 3 cards EBS, bottom row 3 cards RV. Always remember the situation is fluid because the bad guys are constantly pulling their crap. Okay, first one, EBS is up in the air. This is a fight. This is a fight because of the devil. So this is all about timing. They have to time it right. And if they've got that much interference, it depends on how much crap they're going to stir up. All right, now let's pull for RV this month. We start with the Strength card. Then we have the Magician. We have all the tools in place to let it happen. We need to control our emotions. Yes, Wings. Okay. So we have to break the RV up into the private tier versus public. RV for public, no. Our tier, yes. What he was showing me was this is a hush hush thing that if we do it, strict rules are going to happen because this is keeping secrets about your happiness and celebration, but it'll allow you to move forward with your plans. So it's our tier, yes, that's the plan, but general public, no. They still won't know about it, and we're going to be required to be quiet because of all the stuff that's going on. Does that make sense? I think the chaos is going to get so out of control, he's going to have no other choice but to do Insurrection Act, which would call the EBS. And then my fellow Americans, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Base card on that is they are deciding the date. This is the Two of Wands. That's making a tough decision of when do we do this. I think they have something in mind because then we have happily ever after. So it looks like our tier, good to go, but we're going to be like, you cannot say a word, but we can get to work. And I think we may need to just to help put pieces back together for people that are not going to have the resources to get through the rest of the year, tough times, because I don't feel that the rest of the RV for the general public is not going to be until 2026. Okay. All right. So we're all going to have to go in and pinky swear, probably sign something that we won't say anything. It'll allow us to get going. And we also have to remember they can't pay out the rest of the bonds people in tier 3B and tier 4A until we go. And they're not going to be happy about that. Okay. All right. Now I have permission to move on to Miss Angie. Thank you for the coffees, love. Thank you for all you do. I hope your fall break is going well. It is. It's different because everybody's around me when I'm used to that not being the case. May I have a message from Spirit, please, and thank you. Yes, you may, darling. All right. Hi, Terry. How are you, love? I don't know, King of Wands. She's not here. It's just she pops in every once in a while. I don't know. King of Wands, do you want to explain to the family who we discovered that Elizabeth was? It's very interesting. He sent me a picture, and I confirmed that that was her, but she wasn't that young. She was a little bit older than that. Message for Miss Angie. Now, Miss Angie, what's been going on, love? What in the world? If it hasn't happened, there might be a little warning here. This says make sure you get plenty of rest. There's some heartbreak and sadness here. It's kind of put you feeling stuck. Maybe not making the progress that you want to. This is a good reminder that ground yourself, be one with nature as much as you can, release that energy to Gaia. This is sad. This is You feel like you've been tricked or hoodwinked, and it's caused a loss. Where's this sadness coming from? It's put a lot on your shoulders, or will. That's a lot of heavy burden. But somebody in the future will come and offer. This is a good offering, love offering, to help you emotionally. Of course, that's what we're here for too. Miss Angie, what is going on? Um, those are a lot of negative cards in one reading. So brace yourself. It's one of those wings is saying this too shall pass kind of moments. Someone that might cause you heartache and loss and disappointment. But release that energy as soon as they start coming in, okay? I know it's hard to get a different perspective to see the positive, but we know that God always takes the negative and makes it a positive and works for him. So let's pray for Sister Angie and whatever has happened or will happen. Okay, so just brace yourself. Okay. Let's go back. Someone. All right. Good afternoon, Divine Being. On King's show the other day, I asked what dimension I was in, and I was told I was back in third dimension. What do the cards say for the reason I would be in a lower dimension on this timeline? Please and thank you. Miss Mary, is this you? Okay. Could be a couple different reasons. Wings is focusing not on anything that you did negatively. I'm going to pull cards, but I have to listen to Flappy Jaws here. It's more about sometimes we're needed to go backwards because we need to assist someone in the lower dimension. It's usually an assist, let me give you a hand up kind of thing. It's temporary, but we have the ability to move back and forth, but our spiritual vibrations are needed for someone. But let's take a look and see. All right, Miss Mary. I felt that was your energy. Let's make sure that someone's not dragging you back, kicking and screaming. Always has to do with one of your children, doesn't it? Okay, this is temporary. It does have something to do with one of your children. So this is an energy. The reason I asked if spirit, is this against something that like you don't want to do this? And it's true. Someone's trying to drag you back kicking and screaming, and it's one of your children. Okay. This is one that is not being honest with you. This is your child. This is deception, thief, liar. No, I'm not calling one of your kids a thief and a liar, but it's deception. All right. There's the moon card as well. They are not being honest with you about something. In the past, you were in a higher dimension. You were on your own. You were independent. You do not need the child. The child needs you. He's pulling you back here. Okay. Now, in the future, you decide when this happens. This child will have to go start something new on their own, independent. Like, mama's not coming back to hold your hand. You're a big boy or girl. You can do this on your own because you deserve to be happy and with your collective energy group. Okay. So make sure that you're getting plenty of rest, and this energy that's dragging you back, kicking and screaming, does not win. Okay. Now, if this is a soul contract, you have a right to break it. If he's not serving you well for what your benefit, it's all one-sided, break the contract. Now, this doesn't mean you stop talking to him and all that. You just set up stronger boundaries and say, you're not doing this. He calls and comes around and starts harassing mom. Draw a line in the sand, Miss Mary. Okay? All right, that's all you got to do, love. Yeah, so this wasn't something you were willing to do. He's dragging your energy down. So you're going to have to kick and scream back. Okay? All right, love. All right. Miss Patty has the next coffee question. Hi, Jen. I have a friend named Susan who has had lung cancer and came through that and did well. Now the cancer is back in numerous places. Can you tell me what we are expected to face in the near future? Will she exit soon? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. So we'll take a look at what could possibly happen and if that's a part of her soul contract. He wants control over your bank account. No, Miss Mary, what do we say? Everyone repeat after Jen. Fuck off. Yes. All right, Miss Patty. What's going on with Miss Susan? I almost get the feeling the doctors are deceiving her, that it's not as bad. But let's see what the cards say. Okay. So, Miss Patty, it is confirming that she will exit. I don't get it immediately, though. So, the way that I try to explain, we all try to understand that the mental state of what finding news like that does tears down the body faster than anything. I always said that if I had something, don't tell me. If you don't know, what do you got to worry about? The worry and the stress and the anxiety is the problem. That's going to be the driving force behind her going downhill. She is stable right now. She is also taking a long look at her family. Like, what do I leave my family? She's already processing the exit in the 3D sense of, are my bills paid? What am I leaving my kids? That's where her brain is right now. In the past, there's your solid yes. This is getting this information, confirming that she will exit. This is in the future. This will be enough. It's the information that's taking her down. It's knowing that she has it. The mindset is so powerful. It is going to be the worry. Now, there is hope here. If she can manifest the healing by speaking those mantras that she's healed, it would help balance her out. and she would be okay. But as of right now, this will cause her to exit unless she can clear her mind of all the negativity. If she's totally listening to doctors and distracted by all this, you need to do this and you need to do that, that in itself will be the stress that takes her out. So let's pray for Susan and for you, Miss Patty, because that's hard to watch a friend go through that. Okay. Thank you, Moon. I drug out for the littles that I've got my little Halloween shirts and stuff. So, all right. I didn't put any Halloween decorations up. I did a few fall things, but I didn't. I just put on the shirt. Okay. All right. So I think that's all we have in the coffee page. Let's go over and start our stars. We're going to start with the baby. Is there a message from my father? All right. Wings wants me to change the deck. All right. Rocco, Donna talking your ear off. Is the baby? He's waiting for something. He's been waiting for something. Who's getting ready to transition? How's your mom? You don't have to tell me. These are rhetorical questions. This says that he's been standing by for quite some time for someone to get ready to transition here. He's watching and waiting. This is a loss, and for someone to be called home. This is kind of letting you know, I want you to be prepared. And then that's a mama card. Focus on her. That the illness, because this is injury illness, can get worse. So he's kind of hanging around. So he wants you to know, first of all, lean on your community and family and don't fear what is coming. So your dad wants you to know that if mom starts to go downhill, that he's waiting in the wings, so to speak. Okay. All right. Not to fear it, that he's going to be there for your mom. Okay. All right. This is the baby's next one. Is there a message from the angels that have been visiting me? They could be there for the same reason, but let's see. I'm laughing at Boomer. He's over here. Well, it takes so much work to get up and change positions and go back to sleep. Okay. You missed. Okay. That could have been one that I didn't see. Like when I had to reboot and come back in. All right, just hang on just a second. Angels. Same purpose. Okay, so the angelic presence. So this is someone about to transition. This is based on your faith. The angelic presence is based on faith or what you feel brings you comfort. So they're doing that job. See, this card comes back in for the transition. They're preparing you, but allowing you to connect with them beyond the veil. That veil's really thin right now. This is a comfort thing because it's something that has always brought you comfort. It's based on a rooted moral compass that angels are soothing to you. So they're on assignment for comfort. Okay. They're just watching to make sure that you're not scared for what's coming. A lot of the same cards. Okay. All right. Now, you wanted to know about your daughter. All right. Let me pull cards on your daughter. Your daughter's showing me a revolving door. Just high traffic in your house spiritually right now. It's just like they're just constant. Oh, daughter is warning you. Not for something you've done. It's a warning that husband might make a bad purchase. Okay, so this is in the community and your husband. This is finances. That he might invest in something that he'll get ripped off. Make sure that your husband is using resources wisely to double check. Your daughter's just warning. He needs to check around a little bit more. Here she is. She's always bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and she's like thinking of the positive. This is a warning. Yeah, don't let dad make reckless decisions, if this makes sense. Don't go out and buy something without doing research. Do your homework. It might be a bad investment. Okay. So if you can she's just saying, Mom, reel it in a little bit. Or try to reel him in a little bit with his decision making. Okay. He might just make a knee-jerk reaction like, hey, I want that. And it's not a good idea. So she's just going, Mom, stop him. Okay. Okay, he's here listening. He's probably like, I don't like that Jen person. Just think things through. Weigh your pros and cons and trust the baby's discernment on investment. Okay? You're welcome, love. All right. Miss Patty has the next one. Can I get a general reading for the month? All right, honey. Love you too. How are things back home? Crazy. Thank you, Rocco, for putting that in there. the nose is working overtime. Who's eating tacos or thinking about making tacos? I smell tacos. Don't ask me why. No one here is cooking, so it's not us. Wow, Miss Patty. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Miss Patty, is your man coming in here? Oh gosh. Miss Patty. Y'all, we might have some tater salad, Miss Patty. Mmm. Let's make Miss Patty happy. Emotionally overrun and happy with a man. In the past, this has been a very slow process. Like, you've been in a transition period of your life. You've been resisting and holding, like, no. You were like, I don't need no man up until now. This is marriage in your world complete and victory. Basically, the creator is saying, there's a man coming. Don't tell him no, because God sent him. And it's a good advice not to be a hermit. Miss Patty's getting a man, y'all. Okay, Rocco, thank you. Joe, prayers for Sister Eve. Homemade soup sounds good, especially this time of year. Miss Patty, now you behave yourself. Okay, less time on the pole, more time finding a man. Okay. Just use your discernment. I'm not saying the first man that comes up and says, hello, what's your name? Don't run out and marry him, okay? Well, this ain't Vegas, okay? Use your discernment. All right. It's almost like God saying, you'll know it when you meet him. All right, back over to the coffee page. It's Miss Cindy. Hi, Jen. Could you please do a general reading for both gold and silver? What will they each do over the next year or two? I'll do my best. Those are kind of hard to do. So we'll do kind of an estimate here. All right. All right, Miss Cindy. So I'm going to do a top row for gold, and then we'll do the bottom row for silver. There you go. You save the dance for the man, not the pole. So if you need to put in your notice to King of Wands, which is funny because that was the representing card for your man. All right. Gold. Wow, Wings. I don't know how that would happen, but hey, it's God's money. He can do what he wants. A lot of resistance. But get excited. What? Oh, these rat bastards. Sorry. Yes, I said it. So there's a lot of resistance. That means it's going to dip back down because of these rat bastards. Remember, gold destroys the Fed, but don't think that the Fed's not going to go down without a fight. But get excited. Gold is going to go back to its original value. Now, this tells me that we could be looking at 4 times what it is now. Because I asked within a year. Tara really doesn't like going beyond that without getting too extreme. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna. So this is the future rebalance out to what it actually is supposed to be worth, which is a lot. Okay. All right, silver. Now this one we're waiting. Once it hits 50, I think it'll just keep climbing because I think it'll keep climbing to get where gold is. Eventually, it'll take a little time. Pole dancing. Now, Rocco, are you pole dancing? Silver. They're showing me resistance on this one too. Still, yeah, there's. Well, Deep State really hates this one. They hate this worse than gold. Okay, so we're going to see an uphill climb in value. It's stable, but we're also going to see pushback. Who's pushing it back to keep it down? This is Deep State. Okay. But we have to trust that it's going to absolutely surpass or match gold. I know that sounds, there's no way. Yes, way. Mm-hmm. Wow. Silver is actually what people are going to stockpile for generational wealth. It's not the gold. The government, okay, Wayne's just showing me the government. The government wants the gold. The people will have the silver. Not that you can't have a little gold and that the government can't have a little silver, but does that make sense? The gold is to balance out our budgets and things like that and our assets. The silver is what people are going to carry in their pockets because it's going to be easier to exchange and spend for generations. Base card. So, yeah, it's absolutely going to explode like tenfold. So this is really good news. Okay. All right. Back to the coffees. Someone, can you say why the angels on the shroud was shown to me? Give me a second. Wings is Pictionary with his stick figure angels. Apparently there's more. So Wings was showing me the angels removing the shroud from Yeshua. Let me see. There's more to it. What is it with their energy in the shroud? It's almost like, not that they have fingerprints, but it's like they've left their mark. But they're hiding it. I don't. We'll see what the cards say. I'm trying to make sense of his game show Pictionary over here. Something's been suppressed. Wow. They've kept something from us. Here's our angels. The angels have marked it. This is getting our attention. It's getting your attention. For one, they're showing you something. They have a marking on the shroud. This is a protection. There's something that we know what the shroud is, whether you call it the shroud of Turin or whatever, the cloth that they wrapped Yeshua in. This is a protection wrap. Who? This has been a battle for a long time. They're still fighting over this shroud. So when Jesus transitioned, left, because there's a little controversy, telling the world that, you will be with me today in paradise with me. That's one, but we also know that he went to hell for 3 days to take back the kingdom keys. Does that make sense? In his transition between realms, this is the death, the angels were in charge of the shroud. They have left their markings on there, and there's proof of this. Are you supposed to deep dive this? Okay. Okay, Rock, I'll watch it and I'll see if I can get more out of it. There's something that their marking is burned into it. It's a holy, I don't know, it's an imprint, if that makes sense. All right. I'll watch the video that you sent me, and I'll let you know if there's even more information. There's something about Yeshua's transition. They were in charge of it. Okay. That probably didn't help you whatsoever. They're just showing me markings, almost like fingerprints, but they don't really have fingerprints, if that makes sense. It's like light. Okay. Jojo McWill, can I get a read on what my guides and angels feel I need to know? That you're loved. Once I see it, you can't unsee it. Well, thanks for the warning. Okay. Okay. All right. Listen, Jojo McWill. Listen, you're starting to think. First of all, you're distracted with baby, and I get that because Freya's a great distraction. And actually, that's almost advising you to be distracted with those blessings of being with her every day because of what you've started to worry about something. All these investments that you've been making, you're starting to have doubts like, oh, I've gotten ripped off. This is not going to happen. No, it's going to happen. Are you starting to think, I don't know about this? You have a tough decision. Some people will start selling their stuff off. Okay. Stop doubting it. So they're letting you know, please don't doubt it. Just focus on the baby right now and don't worry about what the finances are going to be because in the future, it's going to flip. It's going to happen. That's flipping that switch. So Wings is showing me a calendar. He said, stop staring at it. Okay. So the Spirit's just letting you know, don't worry. This is about our timing. You just focus on that baby and those little everyday things that we tend to take for granted. and be in the moment and have the gratitude for the here and now, not what's to come. Okay? All right. All right. Let me go back to our stars. All right. The baby. Can I get a general reading for the month? Thank you for all you do. Much love. All right. Just general reading. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this focus is on your grandson. Okay. So has there been tension rising? I almost get that there's just tension. Like, he has a hard time communicating. He's not getting across what he wants to say, and that causes tension. There's something that it's like, you don't understand me, or it's almost deafening in silence. Have you thought about letting him talk to someone outside of the family to help him deal with stress? This is a strategy thing that he's not really sure who he wants to talk to, but this is good for his healing. That's hope and optimism. He's going through a transition phase where he's going through all these emotions right now. And no offense, but you ain't the one he wants to talk to. Does that make sense? If he's not, I'm not saying put the kid in therapy. That's not what I'm saying, but maybe he needs to spend more time with somebody else not so close. I mean, therapy is always an option. I'm not here to advocate or deny it, but this is kind of a warning. If he's not already going through it, he's going to hit a transition phase where he's just not communicating with anybody because no one, well, we all know kids, you don't understand me. I think you know what I mean. So consider having him talk to somebody else. If you haven't already, he's going to need it more and more. Okay. He went through it for years and he was passed out of it. Yeah, I don't think that he was quite done. I think he's just hitting a new phase in his life. He needs a different kind. Look at it like an upgrade. You know, when he was younger, it was a different kind of counseling. You might consider a different kind. The base card is I'm not saying that this child is going to have severe depression, but these are thoughts that can absolutely send him into a depression. Okay, maybe not understanding why his life is the way it is. So it's just something that spirit wants you to pay attention to. It's the little silent things that can cause concern. Okay. Well, he could lash out for that, but hold him accountable that you're doing the right thing. Okay. All right. Miss Lisa, my husband's friend was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia last week. Will he survive the treatment? Will he get a bone marrow transplant? Wow. So many people sick. All right. You're welcome, baby. making pumpkins into a Wilson. Have fun, Rocco. All right. Husband's friend diagnosed. Will he survive the treatment? Okay, so Wings wants me to do top row, survive the treatment, bottom row, transplant. Once again, this is a mental state thing. Now, surviving the treatment, he's going to do quite well. He'll actually survive it, but there is a downside to this. So the treatment, he can survive it, but it comes with this long list of other problems. So I think we all know that, and cards are confirming that. Now, as far as the transplant, this concern is the worry is there. This says absolutely, whether it's one of his kids, but it's a younger person that is a match for him, that he should have no fear. He should have faith. Will he get a transplant? Yes, there is a gift. Whether it's one of his kids, just someone that is really close related, or maybe they do those they do these drives where people can volunteer to be tested for it. But it says that he's going to get a transplant. He can survive the treatment, but it's really going to do a number on him. But the transplant's there. Okay. All right. King of Wands. I'm supposed to change the deck. I'll see here. Okay. Message for me from Boris. Okay. Why is he pumping brakes? Showing me brakes. Pumping brakes. Are you just doing too much? Okay, so this has something to do with your workload here. This is just go, 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 go. All right. And sometimes we need to take a minute and evaluate what is it worth. The exhaustion and things it's taking away from, just for now. Don't let this go to your head, because he could be kind of cocky. Okay, that I got a lot of power and authority at work. All right, this is look into, are you helping someone else in your job, making a deal to split some hours or something? This is kind of some advice. Slow down a little bit. You can keep working, but spend more time doing the fun stuff too. Okay, Wings. He said it's more of a transition to train someone for when you leave. I have to put my finger over this card because you don't need to see boobs, okay? There's the World card, that this job will be finalizing and this cycle in your life is coming to a completion, and you need to think about training somebody to take over your position is going to happen a lot faster than you think. So Boris says, you got somebody in mind? Who could take over your job? Who could lighten the load and go already start kind of weaning you out of the job? You're doing other managers' job. You need to slow down. All right. You got 2 people in mind. Start the process. Boris says, let's go. Okay. All right. Miss Mary. My nephew Keith passed away from a brain tumor many years ago. I'm sorry. Does he have a message for me? All right. And Terry wanted to see the boobs. Okay. You happy? All right. Does Keith have a message for Miss Mary? Bye, King of Wands. Behave yourself. It was hard to watch him pass. So Keith is coming in just to reassure you, to let you know that he knows how hard it was to watch him go downhill. Okay. He emphasizes patience, Miss Mary. He's just recognizing, seeing his family suffer, watching him go through that. But he's telling you patience because you have temperance. Your investments are about to pay off and you're going to be sitting pretty. So Keith is just saying all that time he's seen you suffer. He's seen things fall apart. All right. You're going to be sitting pretty. Now it's interesting that he keeps saying base card, base card, base card, base card. Okay, base card. We just talked about this. People wanting to take your money. Stay in control. Okay. Use your voice. You are the boss. So even Keith beyond the veil is warning you, Miss Mary. You in charge. Yeah, he was showing me that all the people around him so sad. That was very hard. He saw everyone go through that. He's good, but his personal message is don't let anybody take your finances, Aunt Mary, okay? All right. All righty. Roman, can we see if Yoda and Foodie have a message for me? Sure. Wings wants the jack-o'-lantern deck. All right. We're going to get festive just for Roman. All right. Oh, you're just like three little musketeers, aren't you? This is coming back and forth between the veil. They're there to see the kitties. This is they're there. They continue to be there. They go back and forth when you need the strength the most. There's your little three peas in a pod. Okay, they bring you happiness. They're just letting you know that they're not completely gone. When your energy changes, like if it goes to that lower level of vibration, that's what gets their attention, and that's when they come in. I love this. Now, don't freak out because there are a bunch of sixes in here. Okay, sixes and tarot are great cards. This is victory. You're going to win. You're going to come out on top, moving out of troubled waters. You are protected. Those are beautiful cards. There's a cycle in your life that's about to complete. All right. So you're going to start something new because this cycle is ending. Here you go. Here's your more boobies. Okay. There you go. So you're just ending a cycle of your life and you're about to start something new. They're just letting you know we're here. We're along for the ride. But anytime that you start to get lower frequency is when they zip in for comfort. They're still working. They have soul contracts with you. Okay. I don't know which one of them is showing me a cat bowl, a food bowl. You still have one of the food bowls? Just curious. I don't know. There's a bowl. They're just showing me sitting beside of it. I don't know if that resonates with you or not, Roman. You can tell me or not tell me. All right. Let me refresh this page. All right, we're good there. Over here, Miss Colleen. I'm taking my girls to Milwaukee for a concert this weekend. Does Spirit have any words of wisdom for me this weekend? Oh, try to stay sane. Keep your head on a swivel, right? We got a 3-day weekend coming up, don't we? Yeah. Monday is, well, I don't know what they're calling it now. It used to be Columbus Day, which we all know is a crock of crap. And then they changed it to Indigenous People Day. I don't know. But it is a 3-day weekend. Any advice for Miss Colleen this weekend? Now, don't hold me to this, but this is RV contract. I know you're like, what does that got to do with the concert, Jen? Is because you might hear information about this, but it's okay. Go ahead and go to the concert. It's not like you have to stay home and watch some kind of news cycle around the clock. I don't know what information is coming out this weekend. Here's Mr. T in the justice system, and that this weekend is a huge transition phase for us. Okay, so it's just the energy that don't focus on these worldly events that are about to happen. You're supposed to go and have fun because whatever is supposed to be happening, you may feel the need. Oh gosh, this is a lot. Maybe we shouldn't go, but you don't want to disappoint the kids, the girls. It's basically just saying go and have fun. Just pay attention to what is happening around you. Okay. It's just indicating a huge weekend of information, but don't let that stop you from living your life. Go and have fun. Just watch your surroundings. You'll be within 4 hours of home. You'll be fine. Okay. Roman said Foodie used to drag the bowl out from the area. All I know, I don't know which one it was. They were just showing me a bowl. Okay. Yeah, go and have fun with the girls. Embrace it because all this goes down. You may get to be so busy that it's going to be hard to have these little moments. Cherish it. So don't let whatever is about to happen prevent you and change your plans. Go have fun. Okay. All right. Colleen's next one. Can Spirit tell me what's causing your headache? Well, other than the frequencies are off the charts right now. We've been through solar flares. We've gone through this harvest moon phase. There's just a whole lot going on. Don't ask me about what's in retrograde because I have no idea. I haven't paid attention. I've tried to disconnect this week during fall break because it can just be too much. Let's see. Hmm. Are we sure that they're not putting some frequency out? This is almost like a bad guy thing. Ow. And that's the card I pulled. It's like knives in your head. I almost get this. This is to cause chaos. Yeah, I don't. This is the frequency that I'm picking up on. It's almost like, how they use weather warfare. This is a frequency warfare that's like they're making people, it's driving them crazy. And then when they're driving them crazy, they do stupid stuff in the streets. Do you know what I mean? But you can start to feel effects of that as well. Okay, so I want you're going to have to set some boundaries here. Um, yeah, wings. I see. Okay, so I don't want you to focus on the negative of what the negative is doing. Focus, redirect that energy because there's some beyond the veil, there's a huge download that's trying to come through. So it's like the divine spirit is trying to get your attention and send you a message. It's almost like a warning. Okay, ground, ground, ground. Okay, wings is showing me ground. Push that energy into Gaia. A more of a meditate. I know it's hard. It's hard. Okay, wings. If you can't ground, okay. Let go and let God. There's your divine creator. He's counteracting this as well. So just release it to him. Stay grounded. But this is nefarious. Doesn't shock me though. Go do some of those higher frequency meditations that you can find. Just make sure that it resonates with you because not all of them are good. 5 to 528 is a really good balanced frequency, whether it's singing bowls, tuning forks, or just music frequency. Try to find something like that that'll help balance it out a little bit. Okay. You're working outside. Okay. Good. Yeah, you know that they use frequency warfare, and I think you're just getting some of the backlash from it. Okay. All right. Moon. Here we go. I clicked on a channel, scrying, something that talked about will Trump funeral be delayed for to shut down? What? Was that channel for a different timeline? Something it talked about Trump's funeral be delayed for to shut down. Different timeline. Interesting. Colleen Wings is saying 444. What? Oh, he's showing me the frequency that the bad guys are using versus what it should be. You know how they changed our frequency with TVs and electronics to make it negative? They've amped that up. So be careful, watch having screen time as well. So yeah, find the counterbalance, the good positive one, and tune into that. It'll drown out the negative one. Okay. It was called Scrying Out Loud. And it talked about a Trump funeral. Okay. Different timeline. They tend to bleed in together. Everybody's got a choice to make. The ending's not for everyone, right? No, prophecy tells us Trump's not going anywhere. Wow, that was heavy. I wonder if this is a plan. First of all, it's letting you know, trust your instinct. Mr. T is fine. God's got this. There's your strength in your hermit card. But there is it can cause chaos. I wonder if they're going to use this as a false headline that something happened because there's the military movement. This has been a plan all along, but we need to understand it's a magician's trick. It's to flip something. Can you imagine if they announced that something had happened to him? People were out in the streets. Some people will be celebrating, and others will be upset and terrified, and they use that as a reason. That's crazy. I don't like deception on either side. It's not right. I'm not getting that it's a different timeline. It's almost like an operation. Yeah, I asked if it's an operation, and yeah, it's a global operation. It's part of it. So I wonder if they'll just start a rumor or something that something happened. They did just come out with some storylines. Was it yesterday? There was some headlines. People were reporting that security is getting really bad and that his life and many others on the cabinet are high risk right now. They're having security measures problems. Hmm. Let's just trust God, right? There's a plan. Don't. That's why we don't have knee jerk reactions with everything we see and hear. We just like, okay, yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Just use your discernment. All right, Moon. That Sean Atwood talking about Pope King Charles Trump being arrested doing stuff with the Ninth Circle. Sean Atwood, is he related to Mark? I don't know. Pope King Charles Trump. Trump wasn't involved in any of that stuff. Trump could expose the rest of it. Let's see. Let's see what it says. So apparently this is a... Now you talk about timeline change. That storyline is possible. That's a different timeline. There's nothing here that says this is a defense mechanism. Trump has to defend his position. That's all this is. Leadership. We have to trust him. This is integrity. And this is being on the defense. This is a military operation. Trump comes out just fine. Now, in a different timeline, Trump could have been a bad guy. I'm sure we've all had different timelines where we're bad guys. This is exposure. This is victory. So, yeah, we really have to heighten our discernment with some of the stuff that comes out. Or do what I do and just don't listen to it. You do you, boo. Let me refresh this. Okay. Terry. Is there a message behind the blue and red starburst I saw in my left eye? Your brain is setting off fireworks. All right, let's see. Terry, if you could see Wings and his Pictionary right now. If I could duplicate Wings' version of the pineal gland, it'd be great. I don't want you to believe anything other than this is a positive thing. So let's say if it happens again and you go to the eye doctor and they're going to go, you have major problems and need glasses or whatever the situation is, that's a lie. You need to stand up against them. This is a positive thing. This is all about enlightenment. That's why he was drawing the pineal gland in Wings's version. So decalcification of the pineal is what he's showing me. When it decalcifies, it breaks off this residue, whatever. So this is causing interruption in the 3D eyes to allow the third eye to open. Does that make sense? Okay. It's like when a chunk breaks off or something, the pineal gland is coming through, you actually get symptoms in the 3D eyes. I hope that makes sense. Because you don't want me to draw what Wings is drawing. Okay. Can you imagine? One day we're going to be all in heaven and Wings is going to have a Pictionary drawing class and we're all going to go. Okay. The message behind that, Terry, was just don't let somebody convince you something's falling apart, that it's actually a positive thing. All right, Miss Mary, can I get a general read? Yeah. All right. Superman eyes. Sunshine, can you imagine Terry having x-ray vision? She's going to be going around looking for the boobs and she don't need the card to show her. Okay. All right, Miss Mary. Let's see. Yeah, it was positive. It's a good thing. You're welcome, Moon. All right, Miss Mary. Your general reading, other than putting a boot up your son, never mind. Looky here. This is why Spirit's trying to get you to get your son in control over his needing to control your finances, because you have a very strong energy over your finances. That's a gift coming in. So Spirit's bringing you back in here to get you aware of the intentions that your son has and that it's not positive. Okay. That makes me mad, and I don't even know your son. Wings was showing me your son eventually would, I'm just going to say it because I don't sugarcoat anything here. Not here to tickle the ears, right? Your son would put you in a home so his family can run off and party with mom's money. Mm-hmm. Spirit is really just getting you to, this is a wake up. So your general reading is also coinciding with the other questions that you had. This is a wake up call. Come back to the 3D, deal with the 3D issue, and set the boundaries so you can move on with your plans. There are sneakier plans hidden underneath your son's intentions. And I'm not trying to talk ill about your son, but Spirit's just letting you know. Be aware, okay? All right. Bonita's got the next one. When does Spirit see us receiving debt relief? That's a great way to put it. It's rewording it. Let's see. Mary, Wings is really emphasizing when your time comes for your finances that you are very, very careful with your last will and testament and your trust. Let's just say make sure that he's not aware of what your last will and testament says. All right, Miss Bonita, when are we going to have debt relief? I'm going to look for a time frame for you. Oh, You had a card fly out. It's Mr. T. When Mr. T says so. Um, okay, well, maybe on the earthly plane, but this we all know this is God's timing. But God uses Trump to do what he wants. Okay. First of all, we have some advice in here. Stay focused on it. Queen of Pentacles is very focused. She sees this materialistic thing. Stay focused. Keep your energy on it. Not obsessive. All right. Because this tells you go about your day. The Fool card is he just goes forward without a plan. Stay focused. You can pray for it and you're manifesting it coming in, but don't make it that's all you do. Does that make sense? All right. Don't get distracted with the worldly things, but here's our victory. These are 2 4s. 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. I don't see it past the first of the year, never have. So I would knock off the 4 months part. You have 4. All right. And the base card is generational wealth. That it's going to, we'll get the call. But we need to base it on the number 4. As of right now, that's where the energy is. Okay. Today's Wednesday. 4 days would put us into the 3-day weekend. Let's manifest that. Okay. All right. Sunshine. How long should a fast be to help clear the pineal gland? Depends on how bad it is. You're really a spiritual sunshine. So a lot of people can you just do 3 days, 72 hours. Some people need longer and they do it for a week to 14 days. It really just depends. If you're great at meditating and you get on visions and a lot of spiritual experiences, it doesn't take as long. But this is one of those, what I call a yo-yo cycle, is that you fast for a while and then give it a break and then do it again. This is baby steps. Okay. But let's pull cards and see if it can give us an indication for you personally. First things first, trust your instinct. What do you feel? Queen of Cups is always about trusting your own intuition and always making sure that your emotions are stabilized before you start this process. Because if your emotions are all over the place, the fasting kind of delays. For you personally, about a week. Moving out of troubled waters and strength is 6. So I'd say about a week for you. But make sure all the emotions are in check first. Okay. That's your first cycle. Depending upon how many cycles you want to do. Okay. Six days. That's what you guys said, John. There you go. Trust it. Yep. All right. We got 4 more in the star question. Let's reboot, refresh. Okay, we're good there. Terry, that's an interesting question. They're about $10 now. Each five, as of right now, I think it dropped just a little bit. That 500 million Boulevard. I think we could see a steady decline until they get their government under control. Basically, one of those notes right now is worth about 2,750,000, give or take. Just one of them. So I think we're going to see a little bit of decline. It started to taper off a little bit, but as long as they keep reducing the price to purchase it, that also means the value is going down. But remember, it's still good right now and it hasn't even revalued yet. We'll take what we can get. All right. Charlene has this one. May I also get a general read, please? And thank you. Sure. Yeah, Miss Mary, I wouldn't tell him anything. Miss Mary needs to sit at nighttime in a dark house with a flashlight under a blanket making her plans. Charlene, you had a card pop out. The Ten of Pentacles, generational wealth, materialistic success. Wow, who has the headache? Materialistic success for generations to come. Wow, you also have the Strength card. Have you been dreaming about this? This is in the past. This could be your dream state and trusting your intuition. It's almost like you feel it. It's almost tangible that your life's about to change and this cycle's about to end. Sorry, the little ghosty doesn't have boobies in this one. Sorry to disappoint. But this is success and victory, and that this cycle in your life is about to change. Wonder if you've been having dreams about what your life is about to be. Yeah, it's about to flip. There's your Wheel of Fortune. So Spirit is just saying, trust the dreams, trust the downloads, trust that gut feeling like, man, I can feel it. I can almost taste it. Trust it. Okay, because that's helping manifest and bring it forward. Spirit's just letting you know that your general reading is that your life is about to change. Okay, you've been feeling it for months. Well, the spiritual world is beyond space and time, and it's hard to make them make sense and go together. But what we need to understand is the stronger we feel it in the physical in this realm, it's even stronger in the spiritual. We're manifesting, and that's where the two worlds come together, and it's beautiful. And I will go on a brief, I'm not ashamed to say it. We were taught the Lord's Prayer, or the version of it. This is, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Whatever is there in abundance is to come here. And that is becoming tangible. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? All right. Terry, speaking of frogs, Gabrielle's room, she's been finding baby frogs, and we're thinking they're coming in around the air conditioner or the window or something. She just finds baby frogs everywhere in the house. It's crazy. Okay. Thank you, Marcy. All right. Pam has the next one. May I have a message from Spirit, please? Sure. Gone almost 2 hours, but we're almost done. Sorry to keep you. Ooh, Pam, you have a strong female energy. Who is this female energy coming in? Whew, this is heavy energy. Very, very loving energy. Female that's coming in, that's constantly checking in on you. Yes, Boomer, I know. I'm almost done. Okay. He's crying. There's a feminine spirit that keeps crossing. Yes, please stop yelling at me. I'm almost done. Comes crossing in over and over again to just dump love on you. This is someone. Yes, Boomer. Just a minute. I almost get the feeling that they left too quickly, that you didn't expect it. I'm still putting pieces together. There's something here that caused conflict. You almost feel tricked. There's something about this energy. Someone left. Can I help you? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. Someone. Boomer. Let's not mess with the computer. What is this energy? This person transitioned and it was a shock and caused family uproar. Okay. So Divine Spirit is saying that this has put the family in limbo. I don't know who this is, but there was a shock to the family. It absolutely just tore the family up. I hope this isn't a warning of something else coming. Of that it happened, or is it about to happen? It's going to put people in limbo, but not to worry. There's happily ever after here. Message to the family through this process is absolutely keep talking and helping one another. Pam, you don't have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but if this happened or this is about to happen, someone crossing over, and I get this feminine energy that may cause family strife, but you have to keep talking to each other and help each other, not turn on each other. Okay? I'll let you focus in on what you think that might be. All right. Miss Mary, and then we have Miss Marcy. All right. Miss Mary, I'm having difficult time finding a trustee for my trust. Does Spirit have any suggestions? Okay. Boomer always wants attention, JoJo. Oh my goodness. He's sitting here at my feet looking at me like, TikTok, lady. All right, Miss Mary. Who does Spirit suggest that you get as a trustee? Obviously, it's not going to be your son. It's female. You got two queens. There's a relationship building here that's hard worker, understands finances, not afraid to speak her mind. You might like this, Mary. Well, has no problem absolutely dealing out justice and tearing down the reckless son if he gets out of control. So now, Miss Mary, Wings is showing me this may not be your blood relation, but a female on your late husband's side, because this is a marriage card. Do you have a sister-in-law or a niece or someone who's strong, got a good head on her shoulders? So you think about that one and see who you come up with. Your granddaughter? Well, let's do a quick yes or no. I almost get that it's someone that you married into the family. It's on your husband's side. No offense against Hannah, but Hannah might be a little reckless and might just look for pretty things for me. Look for Hannah's pretty princess stuff. And she would go through it pretty quickly. Yeah, and her having it might cause even more family problems. So I want you to think about someone on your husband's side, female. That's who Spirit's focusing on. All right. Miss Marcy has the last one. The energies I'm feeling connected to maybe Schumann, painful at times, really off the charts right now. It actually makes your body hurt. But you have to remember, it's not just Schumann. You have full moon, whatever weird retrograde balance we're in right now. But the Schumann resonance is huge. But I want you to think about the man-made technologies that the bad guys are using against us. It's warfare. So I'm trying to see the question. You want to know which of these energies you're feeling? Because I get it. You're like the rest of us, and it's a combination. Your sister-in-law, Julie, Miss Mary? Well, if she ain't got a problem putting your son in his place and you can trust her, well, yeah. Okay. So, Marcy, we've got a lot of this is healing energies at the same time, but this is galactic. The star card always represents what's going on in the atmosphere. And there's a lot of different ones bouncing around. So we have Schumann, we have the negative from technology. Okay. So you've got negative versus positive, and those slamming into each other is what's causing all of our issues. Okay. Okay, I know this is a mindset. This is unnecessary worry, and this is the bad guys. This is Loosh. Okay, So when we worry about and we're in pain and that's all we can focus on, that energy is what the negative, because that's a thief and liar card. That's someone that zaps all of that and takes it. So we need to try to maintain and push away all of these headaches and physical pains. Basically, we don't bitch about it. We give gratitude and say thank you, but let go, let God, and let that energy be taken. All right. Because when we complain, remember, swords are very important. The words we put out there when we're bitching and complaining and the enemy's going, ooh, keep going, keep complaining. Okay. So we need to watch what we say and how we think. Okay. So we have, it's spiritual warfare. We have good, we have bad. What we choose to do with our own thoughts and words are what is going to control us getting through this. Okay. So let's think positive. And that is a good way to end the show. Let's think positive. Let's manifest all the good stuff. Armor up. Stay armored up. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep manifesting. But most importantly, just keep loving. You're very welcome, Joe Petrie. My love to Eve. Enjoy your soup. And I hope she feels better. Okay, guys, the plans for Friday this week is all up in the air. Lee's birthday is this weekend. Let's see what happens. If you see the thumbnail like you did for today, you'll know I'm having a show. If not, I'll see you Monday. This week has been up in the air based on the weather and the little schedule and Lee's schedule and what we're going to do for his birthday. Okay, so just watch. I'll put it in the post, or you see a thumbnail, you'll know. Okay, stay positive, guys. Continue to love on each other, even through all the negativity and the drama. Don't just do your best to avoid drama because it's really thick right now. Okay. All right. Thanks to all my coffee suppliers. Much, much appreciated. You all be blessed. Know that I love you and be happy. All right, guys. It's been fun. Bye, y'all.